What are you doing? Hi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Welcome to week 9 of walking across America, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make this week a good week. In the next couple days, we'll be pushing out of New Mexico into the panhandle of Texas. But we're only there for a few days before we enter Oklahoma. And then from there, we're through Oklahoma, I think, in 2 to 3 days. And then finally, we're into Kansas. We're gonna enter through sort of like the middle bottom and work our way up towards Kansas City. I haven't decided yet if I want to pass through the city or not. I think the more I can avoid big cities, the better, especially if I don't have car support. But we made Phoenix work, so we could probably make Kansas City work. I'm potentially meeting up with another guy who is walking across the country. His name is Craig. He's from Scotland and he's walking to raise money for mental health. He's got quite a large following, so it'll be interesting to see his behind the scenes of his documenting on this trip. He's also heading in the same direction I am. Anyways, today we are hitting 23 miles towards a town called Logan in New Mexico. There, I will hopefully get a motel for a shower and a good night's rest because, let me tell you, the next week I will be most likely camping most nights, meaning no shower, no access to electricity. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I can squeeze one in between to break it up, but the way it stands, it doesn't seem like there's much in between me and Kansas. I was told by a guy named Cody who grew up around here, outside of Tucumcari, which is the town that I just left, there really isn't much. Join me as I try to make the most boring scenery at least a little bit entertaining. All right, let's do it. I'm about to show you something pretty gross. That's what I've been dealing with today. It's pretty painful, I'm not gonna lie. Every step is sort of like searing, but no choice, gotta keep going. Cowboy hat, I lost it. It was balanced on top of my things in my cart and I must have fallen out and I didn't notice. That's a bummer. I only had it for less than a week. Not gonna sugarcoat it today. This is a hard one. Between my blister and my legs now, it's starting to get pretty achy. The environment has really flattened out over the past few days. We have some plateaus in the distance, some trees down there. But to my left is just grasslands, I think. But yeah, I think we're leaving a lot of the dust and the sand behind, which I'm pretty happy about. I said this in the last video, but I will miss the Southwest, but I'm glad to put it behind me. But now I'm kind of just blabbering to pass the time for myself, to be honest. Texas, here I come, Lone Star State, Lone Star man. I really did appreciate the company that I've had over the past week or so. I really appreciate people coming out so far. It's been a lot of family, but I'm hoping friends can join soon. Granted, their schedules, everyone's got their own things going on, but it is really nice to see friends as well. For whoever's watching this, who I haven't gotten to speak to over the phone recently, I miss you and I hope you're well. We've arrived. Hi, this is Oliver. No worries, thank you.
Oliver, you made it.
Hi there. Sorry, this is a little bit of
I
a...
know. No, you're good. Let me come around. I'll help you get out.
Alright,
And then that way. That's
Thank you.
where I'm going. Hey, where do I go?
Right. I like the phone setup is cool.
So if you ever get lost, locked out, whatever, don't have your phone with you.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah. I think I'm about to hit... I mean, you probably are familiar with this, but like the Tornado Alley area.
Well, we were 102 day before your stay. And then
Really?
yesterday we were 52. Take as many books as you like. That cabinet is full of board games. All sorts of stuff.
Do you mind if I leave a book?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I have
we,
a book
we
with
take
me.
them, we give them. This guy lived in Africa in the 70s, early 2000s, started in Cairo and hitchhiked all the way to Johannesburg. He was shot, kidnapped. He had some really cool stuff. He went into where he used to work. Got
Very nice.
Pretty cool.
All right, thank you very much. What was
Eric.
your name again? Eric.
Yep,
Oliver.
nice to meet you, Oliver.
All right. Day 62. You kicked my butt, but you're through. Got this nice hotel, motel, boutique. Not really sure what it is, but it's the only one on the way. So thanks to Eric setting me up. Do a nice blister reveal. Ooh, stuck to my sock. I don't know what it is. I haven't had an issue like this before. Maybe ever. Heel blisters usually don't happen for me, but... Day 63. Get on the road 3 days until the next town. 80 miles. So that'll be about 25 miles a day, maybe a little bit more. I always underestimate how many miles it actually is. I'll say one thing and I'll like undershoot it by a couple miles for some reason. I don't know if my Google Maps calculations are wrong or what, but yeah, gonna get breakfast and just get on the road. I've got no timetable today, which is kind of nice. That's the good part about camping out. So you can kind of just cruise at your own speed and set up camp wherever you just feel like. You don't have to get anywhere. I want to try to hit a good amount of miles every day, but not in a rush, obviously. Dalhart, Texas, here we come. Once I leave this town, it'll officially be 3 full days until I hit the next populated area, more or less. Packed out with me a little over 4 gallons of water. Gonna be hot over these next 3-4 days, probably sitting around 90 degrees. I'm hoping this water will get me through. Last thing I really want to do is run out of water. I think I'm gonna run out of water out here. I had an instance in Arizona. I was deep in the mountains where I ran out of water on another 2 to 3 day walk between towns. I don't really want that happening again because I was very thirsty and sweating a lot. By the end of today, I should be approaching the New Mexico-Texas border, which is pretty awesome. I think it's a little bit too far out of reach to walk. I think it's like 30 something miles away, but I will definitely be getting there tomorrow. I just need to find a place to camp tonight. I'm not sure how people are with property around here. I don't know if people are very protective and if I need to be very careful. If it's anything like I was walking through yesterday, it'll just be open fields, maybe some barbed wire fencing, outlining property lines. As long as I'm there around sunset and leave around sunrise, I should be good. lunch. The cool part about this camera is that it sticks to metal objects. It's hard to motivate myself today to keep going. And a bit of pain from the blister still. But I don't think that's going away anytime soon. The thing about these nights where I have to camp out, I don't really have a time limit. So I end up just, I don't know, messing around, doing things that sort of stall my walk. The sun's hot, so I picked up some shade for this lunch break. Stopped for about 45 minutes. But I think I should keep going, slap on some more sunscreen and hit the road. I'm gonna try to hit 22, 23 miles today. And if all things go to plan, that's what will happen. You can kind of see everything that you can see from where I'm sitting, where I'm standing. You kind of get the picture. Oh. This grass is really spiky. Didn't really want to put my hands down into it, but 18 miles down the drain. Morale is kind of low. I need to push at least another 4 or 5 by the end of the day if I want to keep on pace. This road is so straight. It's got a decent amount of traffic on it. A lot of 18-wheelers flying through. There's a little lesson in finding a spot to camp. Number 1, are you an eye shot of the road? If you are, it's probably not a great camp spot. And I am. Number 2, are you on someone's property? That one I don't think I am. And number 3, are you safe? I think I am. Not really sure. But I'm approaching town and I don't really want to be in someone's property line, so we're settling here. Right next to the train track, right next to the freeway. I've got a sewage pipe or something. That's what we're gonna do. That's how we're gonna roll today. 24 miles in, feeling pretty depleted. So yeah, just gonna call it. Been getting attacked by all these bugs. A little bit annoying, but we're gonna hunker down for the night and we're gonna call it. I'll record my tent setup. I'll do a little bit of a time lapse for you guys. I don't think I've done one of those yet. Check this out. Ta-da. Set up. And then what I do next usually is put all my valuable stuff inside my tent with me. And if it's gonna rain, usually I tarp stuff up, but haven't had to deal with that much yet. Here's the camp spot tonight. Pretty stoked to get some rest and eat some food. And I'll show you guys also what I eat and how I prepare it. Very gourmet. I don't know when I should become nervous about this blister, but it's a pretty deep gash. Really raw. It's very raw. So every time I try to wear a blister pad or something, it just falls off. My feet get too wet from sweat, I think. I just don't want it to become infected. That's my biggest issue. This, my friends, is what I eat usually. Freeze-dried food. And gets better. Ramen. So dinners are usually freeze-dried food, ramen for the calories, and yeah, just fixing some snacks, just anything for calories. Really, it's kind of all about energy. Unfortunately, eating all this food for so long doesn't make me feel great. It's food. It's fuel. So it's what I do. Yeah. That is how I do it. And you just boil up water, put it in the bag, shake it around a little bit, wait 10 minutes. Bada bing, bada boom, you're good. What else? Saving this banana for tomorrow. Whenever I can get fruit, it's like very nice. Yeah, that's sort of how I do it. For lunch, depends on if I stop through a town or not. This morning I did a Subway. I got Subway this morning to eat during my lunch break. So yeah, whenever I pass through a town, I get, you know, something, usually, just to hold me over. What else? Sometimes if I'm staying at a motel and there's a restaurant nearby, I'll walk there. But really, ramen, freeze-dried food, peanut butter and jelly tortilla wraps has been huge for breakfast. And some coffee as well. I have some freeze-dried coffee. That's actually kind of a nice treat in the morning. Good way to wake up. So that's what I do. It's not that interesting. I don't know if people are expecting me to be like chefing up some gourmet, you know, steak and potatoes on the road. No, sir. No. That is far too nice for my palate. Chicken and beans, freeze-dried. That's my meal tonight. So, yeah. Good morning. As expected, the road was right there. The train was right there. So I was sort of sandwiched between 2 points of traffic in the night. So it was pretty loud. Probably slept as best as I could have under that situation. I did wake up more than a few times, but didn't feel like a long night, so must have slept at least most of it. Just laying here right now, building up the courage to get up and get a move on. It's kind of chilly outside, so I don't really want to get up quite yet. I'm not really in any rush, so as long as I can start in the next hour or so, I should be good. Usually takes me an hour to pack up and be fully ready. Yeah, that's the timing of it all. Mexico, you were a real one, but I have to leave you behind, I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in Texas. Wow, what a feeling, really. I am so excited to cross into this state. I've been thinking about Texas for quite a while. Truthfully, it's not my first time this trip going into Texas, actually, because me and my buddy stopped in like a week or so ago when we were going to El Paso. But walking into Texas is a whole nother story. We are entering a new time zone as well. It is just a monumental day, really. We're sort of entering the halfway mark. I'm not really sure what the day will be that we hit the halfway line, but in my mind, we're sort of in it. So, Texas, hello. New Mexico, goodbye. They say everything's bigger in Texas, and that includes the shoulders. These are the nicest shoulders I've been able to walk on this entire trip, and I am loving it. Nice and smooth, no cart rumblings, not too much of a slope. That's the thing about walking on the sides of the roads, is that especially in places where the roads narrow up, the shoulders get sloped. So you're walking and the cart is sort of tilted. One foot is stepping a little bit lower than the other foot. So that wasn't really something I was thinking about before embarking on this trip. But I have since learned the realities of it. But this, oh boy, this is like Christmas. Thing about this part of the country, I don't know why I just said that in a southern accent. The thing about this part of the country is that there is no shade. There are no tall trees, and if they are existing, they're very sparse. I think I'm
thought packing out almost 4 gallons was going to be enough, but it has been ridiculously warm and very sunny outside. So I've been going through water a lot faster than I thought I would. I should have learned my lesson. Since I can't just manifest water out of nowhere, I have resorted to waiting out the hottest parts of the day in some shade, or some rare shade, might I add, that I could find under this tree. There's about 6 trees in this vicinity, only two of which are casting an actual shadow. But yeah, I guess I don't really know. Man, I kid you not. Somebody stopped right after I recorded that video and offered me some water. So yeah, it was a police officer too, Officer Dwayne. So yeah, morale has been boosted.
If that's not manifestation, I don't know what is. Something that I've been trying to do on this walk is to count my blessings, make sure I acknowledge what I'm thankful for in the moment and in the bigger picture. It gives me confidence knowing that these even subtle manifestations, they come true sometimes. You just got to keep going and keep speaking it into existence and do your best to make your reality one that you are proud of and one that gives you purpose and something that you can be happy with. That's my 2 cents today.
Long day, but we made a lot of good progress. Blister's looking pretty nasty. I don't even know if I want to show you guys. I'll probably show you tomorrow once we get into our motel that we're staying at, but it is pretty gross. Anyways, we are done with day 64 and on to day 65. Should be 24 miles tomorrow, so better get some good sleep.
Good morning. It is day 65 of walking across America. And we have 24 miles to walk today with barely any water. So I want to get a move on before the heat really comes hard, but yeah, so that's the plan. That's what we'll do, and we just gotta get it done.
On the road again, Willie Nelson. We're gonna have to get creative with it. Call back on all the Survivor men, all the Bear Grylls I've ever watched, and try to see what we can do. When the days get hot, it's smart to rest during the peak heat, especially if you're out of water. Well, if you're out of water anyways, you shouldn't be moving during the day much at all. At least under the high heat if it's hot. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take some breaks. Try not to lose that many liquids. I have about 1/3 of a gallon left, which, if I'm smart about it, should get me to like 15 miles. Once I hit that mark, it's kind of just gotta grind out the last 8 miles, 7-8 miles. So that is the plan. I have some clementines that offer a bit of hydration. They're so small and they're not very juicy, I'm not gonna lie. So I'll eat a few of those as well to get me through. And that's the plan. This is what we're working with. Traffic hasn't really been super active yet, but I'm sure it'll pick up. But we've got a good shoulder to walk on today. Yeah, just counting my blessings. The universe heard my prayers. There's no overcast on the forecast. And what do we have? We have some clouds that are that's blocking the sun, blocking the heat a little bit. It's a very comfortable temperature to walk right now. Conditions wise, it couldn't get much better than this. So I'm feeling good. I might have prayed too hard. The wind is picking up and it's a headwind. So it's gonna make the walk a little bit more difficult. Ladies and gentlemen, we made it to Dalhart, Texas. The wind was brutal. Blisters, I'll show you guys later. I sort of bandaged it up again, took a shower. Didn't really record for the rest of the day because I was just in, I'll be honest, a bad mood. I was getting really bummed out by the shape of my body. Anyways, we made it, and I am very happy to be taking a break tomorrow and to get some good Mexican food, to be honest. I had just been eating some astronaut food for the last 3 days, so tomorrow we will do laundry, get some more bandages for my feet, and keep on our way the next day. Dalhart, Texas, baby. I was told if you go a mile in any direction of this town, you're gonna find 250,000 cows. And it is kind of obvious just by the smell. There's a thin layer of manure in every breath you take. It's not overbearing by any means, I would say, but it definitely doesn't smell like fresh air. I have a running list right now of where the best pancakes I've had are. And right now, Arizona has taken the cake, I will say. Today's mission, I've got a couple things. First, pancakes, breakfast, whatever you want to call it. Next, laundry, because my clothes stink and I can't be wearing those out again. And third, pharmacy, because I need to get new blister patches, maybe some new medicine. Hi, buddy. What's up? Is this where you live? Hi. Are you okay? What's up? Hi. Hi. What's going on? You have a collar? Collar? Yeah. You good boy. Yeah. Oh, hi. What's up? What's up? What are you doing? 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 Hi, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hi. Gotta drench that thing. Gosh, that dog is so cute. Kind of feel like a suspect character walking along these back roads in this small town. Hey. Hey, you. This is the behind the scenes. Between the glamour and the glitz, I know the walk is so glamorous, watching me sweat and be in pain. When I have these rest days, like I am taking today, laundry is in order. Storm's brewing. I'm glad I'm not sleeping out there tonight. I'm in the comfort of my motel. Goodbye, Dalhart, Texas. On the road for 2 days until I get to the next town. Honestly, this area, I walked around a little bit yesterday, as you guys probably saw. At no point did I really feel scared, which is kind of, I know it's a low bar, but that's the standard nowadays. I'm just out here so exposed to any sorts of interactions. The thing about this part of the country is that it relies heavily on agriculture for the economy. So constantly there's big 18-wheelers flying by, carrying goods, machinery, and animals. This area has quite a unique smell. If you've been around a farm ever in your life, you kind of know what I'm talking about. Look how flat that is. So far, one of the best parts about Texas is the picnic areas that they have on the freeways here. So like, I would say they're not frequent, I would say every 40 miles or so, there's a picnic spot just on the side of the road, and it's shade. Because there is no shade out here, it offers shade, spot to sit, just chill out a little bit, more comfortable. You don't feel like you're trespassing on anybody's land. We got coconut water. I've already drank it though. Sun chips and 2 gas station burritos that definitely won't give me any troubles later on today. And a nice sweet drink, Propel, some electrolytes. So we are feeling great. Fuck's sake, man. Sorry for the cuss, but that 18-wheeler was like 4 feet away from me. Damn. That's a lot of milk. I'm on mile 28. Probably should drink some more water. Take a Tylenol or 2. My legs are screaming at me. Survival of the fittest? Maybe. But I think it's the survival of the most mentally strong. We are strapped up with the headlamp. Have a beautiful, beautiful sunset behind me here. Do my best to finish strong and try to keep positive. I went on TikTok live with this other walker. She's also walking across America, Florida to Oregon. And I was telling her followers, this is kind of funny. I was asking her followers if there are any sugar mamas in the comments to hit me up. And so then I got banned from TikTok Live. I don't really care. I don't care about social media, man. I just post it so we can raise some money. And then once this walk is over, I'll probably be right back off. Maybe post some photos here and there, some projects that I work on. But in terms of daily posting, beautiful sunset. Couldn't get much better. Finishing up the day. Less than an hour left. So let's go, guys. Come on. gosh. Long day. But we made it. 32 miles down, and gosh, that was a long one. Gonna get ready, gonna shower, gonna eat a little bit, and just go right to bed. Got another day tomorrow. And fortunately, since I pushed really hard today, tomorrow will be like only a 21 mile day. Only a 21 mile day. But yeah, comparatively, very blessed, very grateful, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, about to get some coffee, maybe a croissant, donut for the road, get some water, and then bada bing, bada boom, bish bash bosh, Bob's your uncle. We are on our way again. I say that every day, but it's true, we're on our way. A few years ago, I snapped my left collarbone playing soccer, which resulted in a surgery and a plate being stuck in my shoulder. When I wear bags for a long time, it sort of flares up a little bit. Like I experience a decent amount of discomfort, maybe some pain. I don't want to be too much of a Debbie Downer here, but that's what I'm dealing with right now. That's what we're going through. I just want to be honest with you guys. I know, like, if you watch the short form videos that I'm posting on Instagram and TikTok or whatever, I'm very chippy, cheery, smiley, because that's how I get most of my reach. The point of this whole walk is to raise money, and I think people respond better to positivity in a fundraiser than me just sitting here complaining my butt off. This is me right now telling you all that. Just have to stay positive and keep going. Yeah, but there's some days where I just feel really drained. And coming off a big push yesterday, didn't sleep that well last night because something about when you walk 32 miles a day or in a day, your body doesn't really want to go to bed. Like, you feel tired, but you're just in pain. So you wake up when your like knees or your ankles are throbbing in the night, and it just is an uncomfortable sleep even though you're in a bed. How's it going?
Good. Where?
I'm going to Texoma.
Where?
Huh?
Where?
Texoma? Yeah.
We live in Oklahoma.
Oh yeah?
Pass this way, go to GPS, and then we come back. I tell my brother, no. Support to us. If you need one, we'll give you one.
I appreciate it. I'm walking across America for charity, so I'm walking every step of the way.
So you're walking every state?
Yeah. So I started in Los Angeles.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just walk?
Yeah, just walking. I'm good. Thank you though. Thank you. Thank you. Texoma, baby. Population 346. These are kind of just the towns that I'll be passing through though. So just to get an idea, we're hopping between towns all the way to the east. And once we get into the east, towns will be a bit bigger. But for the next month, we are hopping between towns that most likely have sub 400, 500 people populations. That's just kind of the community that's out here. That's the lifestyle. Small towns, big farms, baby. Step by step, we're making it home. Welcome to Oklahoma.
The only restaurant in this town was in a gas station.
It was a pizza place. So, slim pickings, but honestly, it's kind of hitting the spot right now. Not so bad. Fueling up, getting the calories in. Catch you guys tomorrow.
Easter is approaching tomorrow, and in these small towns, highly religious towns, there just might not be a lot open. So, passing through today into this town called Gayart, I think, Gayart, which is about 22, 23 miles up the road. I'm trying to see if this coffee place is open because I tried it yesterday. Google says it's open, but it wasn't. So I don't know if it's because it's Easter weekend, things are closed or what, but I'm gonna try it out again. We're gonna see, but no high hopes. Out of luck. Yeah. Here on the Walk Across America, day 69, we love the smell of hay. No, seriously, I actually do like the smell of hay quite a lot. I grew up in a pretty small town, pretty farmy town, and on top of that, I grew up going to Maine. My cousins, they live in even more rural and farmier areas. So very nostalgic, smelling the hay, smelling the farm, seeing the horses. The smell of hay also reminds me of the fall, like autumn in New England as well. Lots of hay rides, apple picking, and not to mention the weather this morning was pretty chilly. So it did feel like fall, to be honest. Hey girl, what are you doing later? You want to meet me at the poop factory? We can frolic in the manure and forget all of our troubles.
Another gas station burrito. So far, I haven't had any crazy stomach issues.
Just hit mile 20, and honestly, today's walk has been pretty pleasant compared to the last week of walking, where I've been experiencing a decent amount of pains and aches in my body. The pains from my blister have completely gone away, even though the blister is still pretty raw. I think I've broken in the shoes enough after 200 miles to where the heel doesn't dig into my blister anymore, the heel of the shoe. So that is a resounding positive of today. On top of all of that, it is not windy today. So there are some wind gusts that pop up here and there, but compared to yesterday and the day before that, where the wind is just pushing me back, making the walk that much harder. No matter where I am on my walk across America, I can always find good American food so far, without fail. Nothing like a little bit of propaganda to go with dinner. Happy Easter to everyone that celebrates. I'm just on a walk right now on my off day, soaking up some sun a little bit, shaved, and about to grab some donuts. Not much that's open today in terms of food, restaurants, just any services. Everything is sort of closed or closing early. So I'm just gonna stock up on donuts and pastries, and hopefully that'll get me through a good portion of the day. I'll have a 2-day push into Kansas, and then it's Kansas for the next until May, probably, maybe late April, depending on how much I'm able to walk. I'm glad I'm taking today off. My body's feeling a little bit funky. My knee is doing some weird stuff, so I want to be able to keep an eye on that, stretch it a little bit extra today, and just keep going. I was doing a lot of reflecting on the walk last night, this past day. Even though I've been on the road for 2 months, over 2 months now, really hasn't felt that long. I don't know why that is. I mean, it's felt long and it hasn't felt long at the same time. Like in the moment, it feels incredibly long. Each day feels like 2-3 days sometimes. In the grand scheme of things, reflecting back on this time that I've had walking, it hasn't felt like much time has passed since the beginning. I'm so glad I've been recording these videos because it was just a trip down memory lane, really it was. And it's a good feeling. I can look back in 5, maybe 10 years and rewatch some of the moments and think to myself, hey, that was crazy. Why did I do that? If you have a calling, if you have a gut feeling that you need to go out and do something, you shouldn't wait around for anybody to come with you sometimes. On a trip like this in the prep, it takes a village to really make a successful plan. There's a saying that I like. It's if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And I think that's true, but also sometimes you have to test how far can you actually go alone. Create those boundaries, create those checkpoints for yourself, so in the future, if you ever do something again that pushes your comfort zone, pushes your boundaries, and you know you can go a little bit farther each time. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I'm just rambling now. Donuts, coffee, required. I appreciate all of you who have made it this far, watching this video, supporting the cause and the walk. It really, really means a lot to me. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm trying to get this message pushed out to as many people as possible. And algorithmically, YouTube likes people who have subscribers. So I appreciate all you and see you next week.